So I got this fragrance from Nature's Garden called Rainbow Sorbet. And of course, I was gonna make a rainbow soap with it. But every time I smelled it, it reminds me of gummy worms. I don't know if that's just me or not. Like, maybe people will say I'm crazy when they smell it, but it reminds me of gummy worms. So I have this worm mold and I made a whole bunch of worms and I'm gonna put them on top of the bars. I'm still gonna do a rainbow. But yeah, this smells so much to me like gummy worms that I was like, I have to make a gummy worm soap. So that's what I am going to do. Okay. And of course, I'm attempting to do 10 pounds batch, which is always a little bit more challenging. And this fragrance doesn't accelerate, it said. So of course I'm doing layers and I want it to accelerate to some degree. So I stick blended this to death and it's still pretty fluid, but I do think it's setting up. So hopefully by the time I get to the next layer, it will be hard enough that I can pour without having to worry about breaking through. But yeah, that's the plan, is rainbow layers and then gummy worms on top, or I should say soap worms on top. So we'll see how this goes. I hope I can get really nice straight layers. That's what I want. What I want isn't always what I get, but that's what I'm shooting for. So I'm just going to speed this up because I don't think you care about watching me pour each of these layers, scrape it down, wait for it to harden up in real time. I have done videos with these layer tools already, so I think you're pretty familiar with them. So yeah, sit back and enjoy as you watch the rainbow come to life. you can see I have a number of air gaps along the side because I thought I was getting them filled in and then it would get to the top so it would look like it was, but it wasn't. Not the end of the world. Just, there are a few gaps and we all know how that annoys me, so yeah. I don't think it's going to affect the inside of the bar one little bit. So let's cut this and see. So in case you were wondering, this still smells like gummy worms to me. I like the smell. It just doesn't smell like sorbet. Now, I don't necessarily know what that smells like because I'm weird. And I don't really like ice cream. It's not that I dislike it. It's just, if given the option, I don't eat it. Like, I'll have a bite and then I'm like, I'm good, don't need any more. I don't ever seek it out. Like, I'm just not an ice cream or frozen yogurt or sorbet or ice person. Like, this is not my thing. Oh, look at that. See, you can't even tell the sides. Isn't that pretty? And then there's your gummy worm. Oh, in this case a soap worm, but yeah, the worms crack me up. And like I said, this smells so much like gummy worms to me. And I know everyone's different and some of you might smell it and go, no, it doesn't, but to me it does. So there you have it. Oh, I love the rainbow. It's just so bold and bright and cheerful. Doesn't it make you smile? It makes me smile. And the worms. I can't help it. The worms crack me up. Yeah. I love it. Okay, so in theory, this is the final soap I needed to make for the summer edition of soaps. There are actually going to be a few more, but they're not going to be part of the June release. They'll just be either ready when they're ready and then I'll let people know, or maybe a mini July release. I don't know. But there's a couple more discs I need to experiment with, but they weren't going to get done for the summer soaps. Oh, it's so much fun. Let me know what you think. Now see, that's a bigger air gap you can kind of see, but it doesn't affect the soap any. There you have it.